my destiny once. I cannot do that again. Even for you. I'm the only one who knows that. At least I'm the only one with the will to act on it.
The Mad Titan Podcast with your host, Jay Washington.
What is happening, everybody? We are back. It is episode 56 of the Mad Titan Podcast with me, your resident supervillain, Mr. Jay Washington. For those who are checking us out live right now on YouTube, thank you for checking in. I mean, most people are in the crib and you're trying to find something to do. So I figured on a Saturday, why not come back and hit y'all with another edition of the podcast? And if you're watching it live, you can see who I got as a guest with me, unfortunately. But if you're listening, I brought back... You know, I have to call people when I get all the way down my list. I hit people up, and I know some people are doing different things. You know, they're trying to, deal and adapt to the quarantine different ways. And when I hit the bottom of my list, I was like, all right, let me see if this person wants to do it. And as you can see, and as you will hear, the Jersey Jackass BC, Ben Campbell, whatever you want to call him, he's back.
Jay, what's up, man? Your boy B to C in the house. I'm so excited to be back on the Mad Titan Podcast. I'm so excited to talk to people, but I just remembered I don't have a mask on. It's dangerous out here. Coronavirus. Let me put my damn mask. All right, we're good, bro.
Why do I have you on the show? Why do I have you here?
Yo, real talk. Dallas just went mandatory on masks, and so I got Scorpion from.
So what? Go out to go out the door, or go in this business,
and to go anywhere. I mean, man. I don't think they really care if you just outside, but if you walk into a store or something, you got to have a mask on.
Man, they trying to do that shit. Let me tell you something. I'm a black dude. I wear masks to go in a fucking store, and then I'm still skeptical on doing that because people look at me weird. Like, why do big black dude got on a mask?
Bitch, you have a mask on. That's why I have a mask on.
I actually, everybody was putting on the surgical mask. I actually ordered me one. I'm waiting on it to come in. It's an all black one, but I'm finna design that bitch up. So all I can't have just a plain black mask. I'm a visual dude. I'm an artist, so I'm gonna design this shit up with something. I don't know what yet. I thought about doing a gauntlet, Infinity Gauntlet. I thought about doing supervillain on it, or I thought about doing bitch stop looking at my face. Like one of those.
I think that's the one. That's the one.
That's the one. Bitch stop looking at my face. Yeah, but so for everybody who is tuned in again, thank you so much. If you want to get your questions in, you can streamlabs.com/JAY Washington 80, streamlabs.com/JAY Washington 80. I will answer all of your questions at the end of the show when the segment is ready for that. So get your questions in right there. What else was I going to say? First and foremost, before I go into any of the stories, I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all are being safe and sane as possible. And the reason I say it's possible because motherfuckers have been losing their mind. Plain and simple. It gets to a point when you have people have to stay indoors, people will go crazy. Now, also for those who are new to the show, what I do here is get you caught up on everything happening in the Marvel and DC live action and cinematic universes. It's barbershop talk for nerds. So I'm gonna keep shit A100. I might hurt your feelings. If that be the case, that's on you, not on me. Talk to Jesus, Allah, Buddha, your cat, your puppy, your parrot, whoever. Talk to them about it. Don't come at me. All right. So the first bit of news I wanted to get into, it's been the biggest news throughout the entire comic book and pop culture world, is the fact that San Diego Comic-Con has officially canceled for this year. For the first time in its 50-year history, Comic-Con will not be going down in San Diego, and this is due to the current coronavirus pandemic in which the entire world is dealing with. I think, B, this was the best decision to make, but I'm torn for a little bitty reason, and I'll explain. Not for me as a personality who gets to meet fans, and not for me as a personality who gets to go to these parties. That's without saying. Not for the fact of the family reunion, goes without saying. I'm sorry for the community of San Diego because every single year, Comic-Con brings in San Diego at a minimum $150 million. That the businesses within the Gaslamp district, where you and I notice, downtown San Diego, especially, they count on this money, to this revenue to come in. Now, I understand there's a bunch of people that's going to go, well, Jay helps lives before the economy. I get it. But at the same token, You have to remember when you have a city like Austin with South by Southwest, San Diego with Comic-Con, these cities have had these events so long, their structure is predicated on these big events. And so when they can't have them, it hurts the city way more. And yes, I understand the loss of life. I get it. But you got to see the whole picture, not just some of the picture.
Yeah, dude, it really does suck, man. And I hate that, we're not going to get out there, but you're right, though. It is the smartest decision to go ahead and cancel it, because you take the Rona and add that to the con crud, which we normally come out of there with. That's a mixture of just danger. So you don't want to put that many people together, especially as we attempt to flatten this out and get rid of it. Just because we're starting to flatten the curve doesn't mean, hey, let's get everything back up and going immediately. So, it makes sense that we're going to have to shut it down. We're going to have to chill with it. And honestly, I was waiting for this announcement. I was prepared for this.
I think we all were. I mean, I think it was a foregone conclusion that this wasn't going to happen.
At this point, plus with everything else been shut down right now, who's going to be prepared for Comic-Con? Like most studios and stuff would be already prepping their stuff. Well, they can't really prep anything because no one's filming anything.
Right.
So it makes a lot of sense. It does suck, the family reunion. I hate that we're not going to get together with everybody. I hate that I'm going to be stuck in Texas for all of July now when it's 130 degrees.
Right, you can't be by the nice, cool ocean, not the ocean, the ocean.
The ocean. I want to get out there I'm trying to get by the ocean, Jay. I ain't trying to burn. Look, I want to get tan. I don't want to get red. I don't think I'll get red either because I'll be stuck in the house. So I'll just be pale. All right, cool.
Well, that's on you. I mean, I do love, one of the biggest things I'm happy for, and I know you probably happy out of all of this though, is the money you save when you think about it, because we forget people got to buy our hotel. We got to buy our hotel rooms, or we're splitting rooms or splitting Airbnbs. And when it comes Comic-Con time, those bitches are not cheap at all.
Ubers and food, and drinks.
All of that add up, unless you get to the point where you can go to certain parties that have an open bar.
Look at me. I'm Jay. I get to go to the good parties. I have a +1, but I don't tell BC about it till I'm already in the party and it's too damn late. I just tell him to go pretend to be me and try to get in somewhere.
First of all, I'm going to stop you on both of them levels. Number one, the party he is speaking of, the aforementioned party, is the Warner Brothers Blurred and Bougie party that happened on the boat last year. They didn't tell us we had +1s. You know what I'm saying? I was just told it was my black ass. When I got there and they was checking me in, they were like, "You got a +1," and I just said in my head, "Oops." Now,
he said, "Oops."
All I said in my head was, "Oops." So then, on the second part of this, I was in, right? And I was trying to get in other places. I wasn't able to get in. So BC decides to have the bright idea to say, I'm going to go to the IMDb boat and I'm going to say I'm Jay Washington. Now, I want you all to, for a moment, if you're watching live, you can clearly see this, that I'm a black dude and he's a white guy. And also, if you can hear me, you realize that the name Jay Washington is 9.5 or 9 3/4, 99.9% of the time a black dude, and a white dude who looks like the whitest of white dudes coming up with just some shorts, some track pants and flip flops, saying I'm Jay Washington. I
was about to say, hold up. I'm pretty sure I was in the rock pants. I was definitely probably in some sandals though. But bro, we twinsies, dog.
Nigga, no. But I mean, so
I need you to calm down, Devon. All right.
Okay. All right, Bubba. Yo, which by the way, if you have not seen it, we put up the picture. I gotta find it again. We took a picture last year at Comic-Con, and we literally looked like Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley with these glasses on. It was terrifying. I was like, oh my God, get the tables. But anyway, I think before I get to some more, I want to ask you this question real quick. Do you think this domino effect with this carries over to New York? Because I think New York is a wrap too.
I think the rest of the year is a wrap. I think everything's.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was gonna say. I think the entire year is a wrap. I think Con 2020 season is done. I'm actually just glad I got one out. I went to see 2E2 and got that one out. Like, I'm lucky for that, unfortunate. But again, also I understand.
I don't think I went anywhere.
Also, another part is not just the city of San Diego, but all the vendors. And I'm not talking about the major companies. I'm talking about the independent comic creators, the comic book artists, people selling things who make almost their year's salary at Comic-Con. Now they can't do that. And I know a lot of people will say, well, they should just go online. And that's not always easy because people don't have it in their hands to see. And it's not in front of them to make the decision. I mean, yeah, some people will say, well, you can just look online, but there's a different feel.
There is. And also, you're not going to impulse buy as much stuff online as you would at San Diego Comic-Con. At Comic-Con, you're there and you're like, I want to get this because I'm at Comic-Con.
Yep.
Would I buy this if I wasn't there? No, I probably wouldn't, man. So, I go there, I buy 3 or 4 shirts every freaking year. I don't know if I ever wear them. I think they're just in my closet, but I buy them,
So listen, let's go ahead and get into it. My first story in Marvel news, Captain Marvel 2. It is being rumored, thanks to MCU Cosmic, which has been pretty reliable, that it will pave the way for the new Avengers movie. Now, we don't know what incantation the Avengers we may get. We don't know how that may go, but they might use Captain Marvel as the jump off point. Now, rumors suggest that it could be, Spider-Man is going to be a part of it, of course. Doctor Strange is a part of it. Scarlet Witch, maybe. And then maybe even a couple of the kids. Kate Bishop and maybe even Wiccan and Speed.
Okay. I guess.
So what do you think about that? Do you think that's something we could have, or you think that's something that's possible? Would you like that to be the jump off point for that?
I like that. I like the idea of Captain Marvel 2 setting up the next storyline. I don't necessarily need to see who our new Avengers will be. I would like to see where some kind of hints toward who our villain is going to be. That's what I care about more, rather than let's get our team together. Let's start showing all this. I'd rather just see, what are we setting up? What is our new world gonna look like now? I honestly believe
our new villain. I thought about this a while, and people made me think about it. People brought it up to me, and I would start thinking. First of all, we don't need another gigantic cosmic main villain. So don't look at a Galactus right now. Don't look at a Kang. Anything like that. I think if you want a powerful level, Thanos level villain to go and hold you over for the next 2 phases or whatever, it's got to be Dr. Doom.
Yeah, I would love to see Dr. Doom. Honestly, and you know what? And I've been saying this for a while now. Honestly, what I also really want to see out of Dr. Doom is I really want to see Victoria Von Doom. I want them to change it and make it a chick.
I could live with it.
I would love it.
I would love it. But again, you're gonna have those.
Yeah, whatever.
You're gonna have those whiners, of course, that are gonna be like, again, streamlabs.com/JAY Washington 80, streamlabs.com/JAY Washington 80. It's Mad Titan Podcast. I got the homie BC with me. Again, you want to throw your questions in, please, or you just want to support, show love, go ahead and drop that into Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/JAY Washington 80. I mean, I'm fine with it either way it goes. Now, speaking of, again, we're gonna stay with some Marvel news. Moon Knight is set to start shooting in November. So here's my thing. It's set to start shooting the same time Black Widow is supposed to come out, but at the same time, we don't know who Mark Spector is. Who's playing Mark Spector? We don't know. We just know Moon Knight's happening. It's a Disney Plus joint, which is kind of scary to me because it's Marvel. Yes, I trust Marvel with their properties. Yes. However, Moon Knight is an R-rated character.
True.
And I don't know if it'll push that, envelope. So they're saying that the series is scheduled to shoot a period of 26 weeks. So a little over 6 months it's set to do that, which is cool. But what do you think about that, bro? It's starting to go into production in November.
I think that makes sense. And, we could sit here and say we don't know who Moon Knight is. But you know what? The actor playing Shang-Chi didn't know he was Shang-Chi until 2 days before they announced it at Comic-Con. So I'm not so worried about us not knowing who
this is
Moon
true.
Knight is. They probably know.
Well, I think it also is like certain actors don't know when it comes to like Simu Liu is not a major known actor.
Mhm.
He's a Canadian known actor. But when you come to bringing him into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I'm not just talking about here in America, I'm talking about the worldwide scope. I don't think that name goes, so he wouldn't know just yet. But somebody like a Chris Evans, a Mark Ruffalo, a Benedict Cumberbatch, all these people know who they are. You know what I'm saying? These are people coming to them with the roles like, yo, do you want to be this character? Like, I can see Shang-Chi, you have to audition for it. You got to find it. I would like to know who,
But I think Moon Knight's on that level. I don't think Moon Knight's a character that they're like, yo, we need a name person, because I think the name in the property now is now Marvel. I think all you do is you say Marvel and people are gonna be, yo, I'm in. All right, cool. Like my mom will check it out because it's Marvel now.
Okay. But
she wouldn't have done that beforehand.
But here's the thing. I would not say, because you were just saying with name value as far as the actor attached to the role, I wouldn't say that's the case with Moon Knight, because Moon Knight is not a widely known outside of the comic book fan spectrum. I'm going into the chat here on YouTube, and I see my homie Kenneth Daisy, he said, hasn't the High Lord Feige already said they would continue Deadpool as is? Wouldn't that mean there could be more movies like it? I agree. I think they will have a special warning, and that's something I'll tell you about. So go ahead and give me your thoughts.
But yeah, again, that's not Disney Plus though. Deadpool's not going to be something that's on Disney Plus. Moon Knight is going to be on Disney Plus.
Right. Moon Knight is a specifically.
So I think they will probably tone down the character of Moon Knight. I think he will be a lot closer to his DC counterpart of Batman, of more of of maybe an angry type character, but not as vicious and violent as he is.
Well, I think he'll be violent. I think we'll get a lot of shit as far as the dialogue goes, because shit is now just openly to be used with no problem. What I was going to say was something that was hilarious when it comes to characters like this, and even to an extent with Deadpool. Deadpool plays now on Freeform. If you don't know what Freeform is, Freeform was ABC Family, and I understand that, yes, Freeform has gotten darker and more grown as time has passed. But the other day, I was watching Family Guy on Freeform, right? I happened to catch it from the very, very beginning when it opens, and there is a disclaimer that plays in front of it. It says, Family Guy is about a family. However, it will be super awkward to watch this with your family. And I cried laughing. I started hollering. I said, are you fucking serious? I was like, yo, hey, shouts out to the homie Chauncey Miss Prime, my homie Chauncey. It's your boy Chauncey from Chicago. What's up, Chauncey, with the super chat donation? Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Again, if you want to support as well, you can do it in the super chat. Super chat takes away a lot of it, though. But you can streamlabs.com/JAY Washington 80. And if you are hearing this later, you can still drop it into Streamlabs. Streamlabs.com. Get your questions in. Get your questions in for the end of the show. All right. So we were talking about the Avengers, right? We were talking about a new Avengers team and potentially a new Avengers movie, as well as a new Avengers bad guy. Well, I think I've said this to many people many times before, and I think I've told a lot of people it makes sense. So the Falcon and Winter Soldier star Sebastian Stan, Bucky, he says there's going to be
the way Bucky. Just the way you said that.
Bucky. Bucky. Do you remember Captain Bucky O'Hare?
You
remember Bucky? Captain Bucky O'Hare. I said Bucky. You say Bucky? Bucky O'Hare. Let's go.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, Bucky O'Hare. Anyway, he said basically that it's going to be a long time before we see another team up movie. And a lot of people kept being like, oh no, that might not happen. So what happened was he was being interviewed by Variety, right? And he was doing a live Q&A, and he was asked about the possibility of Earth's Mightiest Heroes assembling again after Avengers Endgame. And he basically was not privy to information. You know what I'm saying? He believes it's going to be a while. This is what he said, though, quote, I know nothing. I know nothing about that. I'm just a man. We got to figure out a couple of other missions first before we even get there. I got to deal with this person that I have to deal with. It's been nice to have a break from him. Anthony Mackie, it's just been nice to have a little bit of quiet in this quarantine without him. But we got to figure out some adventures together first before we get there, which is a good point. I don't think you just want to rush into, oh man, here's another world-ending event, because you have all these characters that we're about to introduce, a la the Disney Plus shows.
I agree. I don't think we need an Avenger movie right off the back, and I think I think he means precisely that we don't team up as an Avengers.
Wait, so Splicely? Did you literally blend up specifically and precisely, like you just
exactly? Okay. I just put them together. I'm making words. It's in the dictionary of Jackass. The book's over there. I'll read it to you later. But I think they mean we're not going to have an actual Avengers movie. Are we going to have something like Thor Ragnarok, where you get Hulk and Thor in a movie together? I bet we'll see people crossing over like that. But we're not going to have an Avengers. We have to get everybody together to fight one big giant bad guy.
We have to get everybody together.
We got to get them all together.
You didn't even say you said we have to get them all together. Well, the thing with, I mean, I understand what you mean, and I get the example, but the thing with Thor Ragnarok was they are not able as of now, because Universal still hasn't given them the full rights to do a movie. So
I'm just saying that example.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I agree with that. I mean, I agree. Like, it's going to be a minute. You got to have other things. And then, so he was asked about, Stan Lucky was also asked about how it felt to star in the biggest movie of all time. And he admitted to still feeling taken aback by the response to the Marvel Cinematic Universe from fans. He said, I mean, it's just wild. You don't even have to think about that. To have even surpassed Titanic. I saw Titanic in theaters too many times to count. It's wild, because that's 10 years worth of work went into making that movie, man. People going out to support it like they did shows you that they felt like they grew up with the movies, which in a sense now we have an entire generation that's literally growing up without the source material. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not knocking people that don't know the comics by no means. I ain't one of them motherfuckers that's like, oh, you don't know where the fucking came from? Huh? You don't know what the real Civil War storyline was? Huh? You ain't no real fucking fan. I ain't all about that shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't about all that shit.
That's good, because I ain't really read the comics when I was
But that's the thing. It's a lot of people who just caught on to the universe, you know what I'm saying, may have saw possibly the first Avengers, then started going back, watching the movies, and then started watching, going forward. But I'm a person that knows the real Civil War situation where, Spider-Man pulls his mask off on the steps of Congress and reveals to the world he's Peter Parker, things like that. And so I do agree that now you have fans who, no matter what, and somebody said it earlier, or I think you said it earlier in the conversation, that people are going to see this shit just because it's Marvel. No matter what, it has the Marvel name on it, and it will just be what it is.
They're one of those brands now that no matter what they do, I'm there. I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get why you're doing this, but I trust you. Do it. I'm there. Day one. You know, like when they, because again, as someone who did not grow up reading comics, they announced Guardians of the Galaxy.
First of all, I like to say, I thought you grew up not knowing how to read.
Those are facts. I still don't know how to read. That's why I see all these like weird jumbly things on the right over here.
Fantasia.
Yeah, Fantasia. I don't know. That's a word.
Fantasia Barrino from American Idol. Chick can't read. It was either Fantasia or R. Kelly, and I'd rather call you Fantasia. Like, it was one of the two of them that couldn't read.
We gonna move right past that one. All right. Okay.
What a fucking dude.
But what I don't even know what I was saying now. Fuck.
You talking about because you Guardians of the Galaxy, which a lot of people did.
I go, okay, they're gonna have a movie about a walking tree and a talking raccoon. I don't know. I think Marvel's going a little too off their rocker. And now, boom, look at this. I'm like, never mind. Whatever you want to do, I'm in.
Having known about the Guardians, not in depth, but having read Guardians when I was younger, I was literally was talking to people. I was like, yo, they finna make a movie with a gray dude, a green bitch, a tree, and a raccoon, and a white dude in a mask. How do you think that's going to do at the box? Literally how I felt when I heard it. Because again, no one can tell me that they automatically heard that Guardians of the Galaxy was coming out in theaters and be made a movie, and the first thought in their mind was, oh, this is going to be a blockbuster success. This is
my thought was, oh, they can't do Fantastic Four, so they're going to try and do something else.
That's what a lot of people felt like. They're just going another way. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, okay, all right, sure. Again, streamlabs.com/JAY Washington 80. You want to support? You want to help out? Let me say something. I'm gonna just be this nigga to say it. Look, y'all got them stimulus checks. Some of y'all got some extra dough. I don't drop $10, $20. Help me pay these bills. But but nonetheless, I do think it's going to be a while till we get another Avengers movie. Star Drew said his best. 2030 Avengers come. Maybe, I hope not anytime sooner. Now, for a lot of people, if you hear that number, you hear the year 2030, you're like, damn, that's a long way away. But then you're like, that's only 10 years away. Mm-hmm. And if great Marvel movies come out, we'd be good with that. So I kind of agree with that.
That means they start going into production. They start working on scripts and stuff in the next 2-3 years.
Also, what you mean start working? They've been doing all that. I mean, you just because we don't hear production happening, that isn't saying that scripts aren't being written, edited, notes given, and things like that. All that's happening currently. You know what I'm saying? We getting all this done. It's just the thing is, I told a lot of people been talking. And I was talking to one of my homeboys who works in television. He's a TV writer, damn good writer. And he was talking about, we already in the writer's room. We're having the virtual writer's room. We've already knocked out several episodes. So the thing is, once this is done, and look, the thing is, it'll never be all clear. It will never be gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you know why? SARS is still around. H1N1 comes back around. It'll never be gone. Also, please hit them likes. If you're watching this video right now live on YouTube, hit those likes. Let's get those likes up, man. I'm trying to push this more in this algorithm. I need more and more people to know about this and this is going on. And I need that from you all. You all have to be the help and the support and the catalyst for that. But all that's happening. So as soon as this is done, oh, thank you. I appreciate you. I see you doing it. But as soon as this is done per se, everything is full. All systems go full steam ahead. Like everything gonna be rolling. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be rolling. So, I mean, we'll see on that. All right. So, speaking of Marvel Studios and Disney Plus, What If is still on track to happen? It's still slated to premiere on Disney Plus this year.
I think that's fine. I think that's easy.
It's
easy
animated.
You can do that remotely. You can send the equipment you need to people to do their voiceovers and things.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can edit them up and post and all that stuff from remote locations where it's okay to go to. So I like that that's going to be out. It's good to get out content that you can get out. And that's something that you can keep going. Am I insanely excited? Like, hell yeah, can't wait for this one. No, I'm not that excited. I'm like, all right, that'll be something I check out. But
thank you, Hugo Chavez. Hit them likes, get them likes up. Also, that's the beauty. Like I said, this is one of those. We know that the Marvel Studios Disney Plus shows are extensions of the movies. They're legit extensions. That's what Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was supposed to be until it went its own way. These are direct extensions of the movies you see in films. In theaters, movies you see in films. What the fuck? Movies you see.
Look, man, it's quarantine. All right. Words don't make sense. Sentences don't go right. Things happen, bruh.
So, but this is a what if scenario. Like, this is what's going to happen. You get one of them of what if Peggy Carter had taken the super soldier serum instead of Steve Rogers? They're going to do Marvel Zombies. What if T'Challa was Star-Lord? And possibly Iron Man on Sakaar.
Oh,
so the head of animation for What If, Stephen Frank, he was talking to Newsarama, and he says this is how he says he's handling his work, amidst the growing concerns about the virus. He said, quote, I normally split my day between my home studio and the Disney lot for dailies and reviews, but now we're just doing it all remotely. From what I hear across town, animation has been able to keep the shows in production when everyone's safely working from home. Kudos to the studios for pivoting so fast to remote work. And then when he asked, people were asking for a little more information on it. This is what he said. I really can't tell you much about the show, or S.H.I.E.L.D. agents are going to come and take me away. What I can tell you is that the level of talent and passion on the team is off the charts, and I'm having a blast. Now, we don't know. The only thing we know about What If from San Diego Comic-Con is that Jeffrey Wright is going to be the narrator, which I'm all for that. Like, yo, your boy is game for that shit completely. But who do you want to? Do you want to hear the actors reprise their roles as voices?
Yeah. Of course, I do. I am it really bothers me when they do things like that. Like I try to play Injustice now, and when characters don't sound like I now hear them in movies or TV shows, I'm like, that's not Arrow. Alan Tudyk, you're not the Arrow. So things like that kind of bother me.
But to that extent, to play off that, like, yo, if it ain't fucking Kevin Conroy, who do you really want to hear as Batman? You want to hear Michael Keaton? Do you want to hear Val Kilmer?
I still want to hear Ben Affleck. That's what I still want to hear. But
Thank you, I would love a part of the show. I'm gonna go ahead and get you up out of here.
Oh, my bad, Jay. You probably want Mr. Pattinson in there. Cool. No, I would like to see Robert Downey Jr. come back in here. Chris Evans come back on here. I think it could. It's fun. It's not like it's a lot of work for them to do.
Mm-hmm.
You could do it in less than an hour probably and have the whole thing recorded and filmed ready to go.
Which is dope too, because now like Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, all these cats are not in the midst of doing those well, maybe Chris Hemsworth, depends on what they're doing with him, but doing those incredibly ridiculous training regimens they had to do. Like Hugh Jackman was so happy to be done with Wolverine, not because he didn't like the role, because he hated how much he had to diet and train and all that. Like he said he was eating steamed chicken and broccoli for 6 months. Do you know what will happen if I eat steamed chicken and broccoli for 6 months? First of all, I'm gonna be shredded all the fuck and start an OnlyFans page. That's number one. Let's just be honest. I'm gonna be out of here with abs and dick, ladies. I don't even fuck if you're a dude. If you paying for the OnlyFans, you getting this abs and dick. If I'm eating steamed fucking chicken and broccoli for 6 months and nothing else, I can't have a fucking pancake. You better I can't have a pancake. I can't have a fucking pancake. I swear I'll kill everybody in this motherfucker. But anyway, but no, like I said, you're gonna get all this abs, baby oil, and dick. I swear to God on the OnlyFans page. But also, you're gonna get angry motherfuckers. But that is a regimen, and I understand. Like, you want to be a superhero, you want to have the looks. Again, what Chris Pratt went through, what Simu Liu is doing. Mark Ruffalo just is like, yo, just come on stage, and they tell Mark Ruffalo, hey man, just fit your ass in this suit real quick, just like John Cheadle. They're like, nigga, you ain't getting no bigger. You all right, you good. Robert Downey Jr., they'd be like, nigga, you're 80. You ain't got to work out. Scarlett Johansson, they'd be like, well, we know what you're doing because Hollywood is the way it is. You need to keep this look, this aesthetic for all the other roles you want. So, but I'm happy with it. I'm just saying, like, I would love to hear him come back for that. And in my last bit of Marvel news for today, this was a weird one. Okay, it was announced that Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will premiere on Wednesday, May 27th. All right, we know that's coming. But it's also revealed that Agent Carter is going to be making an appearance.
It's not the first time they've crossed over before. Back when Agent Carter was its own series,
and they're going to do some time travel to bring them with a care. But see, here's the thing: it's not directly Peggy Carter. So what is being reported that was in the EW is that the team's time travel adventures will bring them into contact with a character from now defunct Agent Carter. Now, there's no mention of Haley Atwell reprising the role of Peggy Carter, but her co-star, Enver Goat, a nigga with 2 J's in his last name in weird places, he's going to return as Daniel Sosa.
Oh, Daniel. Okay, so the one that she was kind of. They were hinting that was who she ends up marrying.
Right.
Okay.
So, but like, again,
I don't care about that.
I mean,
I thought maybe it was going to have when you said it was, I thought it was maybe going to be Carter. I'm like, okay, I could see that. Or he said a character. Okay, well then maybe it's Jarvis because we've seen him in the movie.
I thought it would be Jarvis.
Or it was oh God, the white boy with the 3 names.
You do, first of all, before you go any further with that statement, I just want you to know when we're talking about acting in Hollywood, when you say white boy with 3 names, I need you to realize how many white boys with 3 names is running around this motherfucker.
I think technically three first names. I mean, one of them's gonna Chad Michael Murray. There you go.
That is the whitest white man name ever.
What did I say?
Not even for an actor. Just a
Just a
dude that
white boy.
called you. If somebody called your phone and be like, "You got a call from Chad Michael Murray," you'd be like, "Oh, he was white." Like you're not
Excuse
gonna
me, Chad Michael Murray,
Look,
please come over
the
here.
like there are a few black actors that have 3 names. But like if you hear John David Washington, again, that's a black dude, 9 times out of 10. But if you hear Chad Michael Murray, that sounds like that name should come with boat shoes. The name Chad Michael Murray sounds like when he was born, cappuccino was spread around the world. Chad Michael Murray sounds like his baby shower was laced with lavender and sage. Chad Michael Murray drank his first IPA at 8. Like
he said he drank an IPA at 8.
At 8. But so this is what Enver said about when he was told about his opportunity to return. He said, "It wasn't anywhere near my brain." He said, "I would have been thrilled at any moment for it to come back, but I think as an actor, you don't have time. You just have to move on to the next project," which I've learned. You do. Once you do something, you're like, "Oh man, is this gonna lead to something?" You just gotta like, yo, if it happens, it happens, and you move on. And so he also said that well, no, that's all he said. So there was speculation though that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. this last season, season 7, was going to feature some kind of Agent Carter nod or reference because the crew jumped back to 1931 in this New York in the season 6 finale. But an actual cameo appearance from one of the quarantine mouth. But an actual cameo appearance from one of the canceled show's characters, it seemed like a long shot. So yeah.
They jumped back in time in the finale?
I don't remember that shit at all.
At all. No. When it ended with them making a life model decoy of Coulson.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're like, okay, Coulson's back now. And you're like, all right, Coulson's back.
Yeah. So I want to know, did I miss this whole season somewhere? Like
I don't know. That's weird.
Hold on, I want to acknowledge this one real quick. Shouts out to Matt Lewis. He says, "Hi from Cardiff, Wales. Big fan of your content. Hope you're doing well during the lockdown." First of all, thank you. Hopefully you are well over there in the UK. I know how crazy everything has been over there. Thank you so much for reaching out. I appreciate it. Hoping I'm keeping you entertained. And I'm good. I mean, I get to talk to idiots like this BC dude. And so, you know what? Appreciate it. Well, man, listen. You know what this is. I called you and I said a certain name when you picked up the phone and you just without hesitation was like, "Bitch." And that's like, all right.
No. What's funny is the dude, the homie Kenneth over here in the chat going off on what baby's first meal was.
He said Crocs at birth, which I agree, named Chad Michael Murray. And then he says baby's first meal was mayonnaise. You know what? I'm gonna get on up out of here after that. Yep, I think I'm done with my own show.
My first meal was mayonnaise.
That is disgusting. I'm hoping to get a chance to talk with either Clark Gregg or Ming-Na Wen again about Agent 7, season 7 of the show. So I'm working on that to have that for you guys. All right. So that's all I got for Marvel news. Again, if you got questions you want to get in, please get in your questions now. Streamlabs.com/JAY Washington 80. Streamlabs.com/JAY Washington 80. Go ahead and do that, please, ladies and gentlemen. What you waiting for? Like, what you really waiting on? All right. So here's my first DC story. Now, this is kind of a good one I like to hear. We are getting a Justice League Dark live action series on HBO Max. I can't tell you how fucking excited I am. Okay. And it's from J.J. Abrams and Bad Robot. Let me tell you something. I'm so goddamn happy.
Do you still have DC Universe?
Yes.
Did they take
what?
Shows off except for Harley?
I don't know because I still got the press link. So I got everything.
Okay, because I and again, it goes back to, so we're done with Swamp Thing, everything like that. So I could see Swamp Thing's part of Justice League Dark, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I can see
that could be really cool.
I mean, I can see them doing that. Way you give that Swamp Thing, you get Derek Mears back a chance to, be back in the role. I can see that. If Matt Ryan is not Constantine, I do not want to see this.
That's facts. That's also facts.
I do not want to see this.
And
because
you can do that because I think he's not going to be on Legends much longer.
right, because remember, every character on Legends besides the main three, which one is gone now, are meant to be interchangeable.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing: they haven't confirmed exactly who the characters were, but you can probably expect the likes of John Constantine, Deadman, Etrigan, and Swamp Thing. And there's also a possibility, it's not for sure, of Zatanna. The reason that's a possibility because there's been talk of a Zatanna solo film.
That's what I would like. I would love to see Zatanna come back now and get to see another version of her. Because I really enjoyed the Justice League Dark animated film. That was
Let me tell you something. If DC does anything right, their animated universe is flawless. The animated universe is amazing. Harley Quinn is an example of that. Justice League Dark, like, what was you about to say?
I just caught up on Harley Quinn.
Did you watch?
I am all the way caught up now. This show is nothing short of motherfucking genius, bro. I am busting my ass out laughing every single episode.
Bro, by the way, if you have not seen the reviews, Winston A. Marshall and I myself, we do them every week. They drop every Friday here on the YouTube channel. If you're watching later or just listening, youtube.com/JAY Washington 80. Man, look, I'm for it. So somebody brought up a good point, and it was the homie Keena Wiltz, who in the chat on YouTube, I just happened to go back over and see it. He says, do you think Batman will be in the Justice League Dark? Now, that's a good question because of, it's basically per the animation, everything. He's the reason there's a Justice League Dark. However, no.
If there is, it's Sir Friendzone from Game of Thrones. So I don't know his actual name. I just know he was Sir Friendzone on Game of Thrones.
It's England who played Bruce Wayne.
It's just him talking to them.
I just need y'all to understand. If you see Game of Thrones, Jorah Mormont, his character was friend zoned the fuck out. You can't tell me there is no friend zone, okay? This nigga did everything, proclaimed his love to Daenerys, and Daenerys was like, I'm gonna fuck Jon Snow while you looking. Like, I'm gonna fuck everybody else but you. Like, even when he said, I came back for you, she was like, oh, thank you. I'm giving him the pussy. Like,
that's my nephew. I'm gonna bang him. It's cool.
She's literally, like, people be like, there's this whole thing of the friend zone doesn't exist. Let me tell you something. As much as women have said they put dudes in the friend zone, it exists. All right. Y'all keep trying to say it doesn't exist. It's just weak men that say that. No, there's women who talk about they put dudes in the friend zone consistently. And Jorah Mormont was who else? But who is the ult? I think it's a tie between Jorah Mormont and this other character of friend zone, of the worst friend zones ever. Bane in The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, facts. Oh yeah, super facts.
Bane is an example of pussy and get you killed. Because listen, he loved Talia, right? We know that we find all this out. At the end, she calls him my love, kisses him, and be like, bye, nigga. And
I bang Bruce later.
I've been fucking him. Appreciate you. Gonna die right here. That's literally what she does. Dog. If that was, oh my God, I want to see Wonder Woman friend zone somebody though. Like, I want to know what Diana friend zone a nigga like, because some dude she gonna friend zone him, and some dude gonna be like no, and she be like, what fuck you think you telling? Like, we think you telling no. So that is a thing, right? So there's a possibility of the Justice League Dark. Again, I don't think from what you said with Ian Glenn reprising his role as Bruce Wayne from Titans, I don't think you'll see him at all. Because I don't think you don't do Bruce Wayne for Justice League Dark. You don't. No. You have to do Batman. And that's
why you do something where he's just communicating with them remotely.
You could do that, but you're not going to do Batman. You're not, because Batman is a $10 million property. People have to remember that. This is a property where it takes so much to get written off to use him. And they are very, very protective of how they use him. He can be mentioned, his name can be said, but as far as seeing him, the odds of doing that are slim to none. Like, so I don't think you will see Batman in Justice League Dark. I mean, I do agree with you. You might have been in communication.
I mean, at the same time, I never thought we would have seen, and we still didn't really see Batman in Titans. But you know that season finale where Robin fights the Batman.
Oh, the vision he was having, yeah.
You know, like something like that, where it's not really like we're not getting Batman, but there's a Batman overtone for it.
Yeah. I want to go to some of the chat again here on YouTube. Appreciate everybody that's in the chat. Also, streamlabs.com, man. Drop those questions in there. Show that support, please. Please. Just those support. Are we talking? I just saw your chat, and let me answer your chat. No.
Okay. I didn't want to bring it. I was like, I don't know if you want to talk that news or not.
No, I did on the last episode.
Okay, so, okay. I didn't know that.
But we'll bring, matter of fact, we'll go into it real quick. But again, streamlabs.com/JAY Washington 80. That's what I'm saying. Like, please. Shouts out to Daryl Littlefield. Good evening from Pine. Hey, Daryl. Hi, Daryl. Good evening from Pine Tops, North Carolina. I'm not going to even try to say the rest of the name. You just Daryl. Because I'm butchered the shit out of that. I'm not going to even try to hide it. Okay. Shouts out to the Hulk W, who says, why isn't anyone talking about the alleged Green Lantern Corps HBO series? They need to put some respect on the Green Lantern's name and make it happen. Such a powerful and brilliant IP. Hashtag justice for the Green Lantern. Well, I think because it's still in progress. What were you about to say?
If I could reach my Green Lantern DVD, I would. So that's why no one's actually talking about it yet.
The fact that you still own that motherfucker speaks a lot of volume. The fact that
I have an OCD complex. I have to buy everything.
You might want to get your life together. I think it is still in the works. It is still actually in the works from what I've heard. I've talked to a few people. The biggest question is the two lanterns that they're going to use, because also with the Green Lantern Corps series, there is supposed to be still the Green Lantern Corps movie. So you've got both of those things playing out. I don't know how they'll do it. Again, the one thing about DC is they have all these different universes and worlds. And so, you know, when you think they're putting them together, then they do something else. And you're like, would you motherfuckers just get it right? No. So Jeremy Miller says it could be interconnected since everything will be on HBO Max anyway, but I don't think that would be big of a role, if at all. Let me tell you something. They're not even going to put, it's going to be a while before you even get DC Universe on HBO Max, which I think is really dumb. Really dumb. Yeah. And I said this back on the day on Collider Movie Talk, and I remember we were talking about HBO Max and all the streaming services, and it was like, I said it several times, like, wouldn't it only make sense for HBO Max to absorb the DC universe?
Yeah.
Instead of leaving, because you're not going to force people's hand to get two different streaming services. And it's like, I guess. So now we come to the part of the show that I've been waiting to fucking talk about. Speaking of Justice Leagues, there are no plans for the Snyder Cut to be released on HBO Max. I don't know why you humans saw a poster on April the 1st and thought that it was really going to happen. Can you please, in the name of everything that is holy and or pure and or full of love or light, let it the fuck go?
Bro, I don't know if you know this, but I saw we got this covered the other day that the Snyder Cut is coming on HBO. Look, they reported it. It's true, dog. It's true.
Can y'all please let it the fuck go? Okay. Why do y'all keep thinking that that is something that is really a high priority? The only way that shit happens, it has to leak.
There's a rap song. It's a big deal.
It's a what?
Big deal, bro. Snyder Cut. It's coming, bro. Get on the level. Release it. What up?
Fuck you. And everything you stand for. Can we? I have muted that fucking. I've muted every iteration of you can spell. Snyder, release the Snyder cut, release cut, release cut, Zach, all spellings of Zach.
That man said, fuck all the white people named Zach.
Give a fuck if you Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell. I don't want to hear about you either.
Jay did not see the new Saved by the Bell teaser because he muted Zach.
It is fucking. When did Justice League come out in theaters?
Shit, I don't remember. Long ass time ago.
Let me do some Google real quick. Justice League release.
It's never gonna end. It's never going away.
That movie hit theaters March 13th, 2018. Okay. We are 2 years removed from that.
Oh, that's only 2 years. We still have time to get the Snyder cut.
Bitch, I'll break. Even I know people keep bringing up the Donner cut as an example to say why they would do it. Why?
Completely different. That's
This is
completely
different. This is completely different.
Donner
Why?
filmed the movie.
Because the company that owns this, the company that it was for, is moving on from it. Why won't y'all let it go? What is wrong with y'all?
It's never going away.
No. Why won't y'all let it just die? It's not. It's been 2 years, okay? That you motherfuckers will not stop. Just stop. Matter of fact, I'm talking again to the one person I know responsible for all this shit, Zack Snyder. Zack, I know you're sitting there watching this while you're on Vero.
I'm about to say, I was like, you just dropped something else on Vero, bro.
Are you on Vero? Because guess what? You got nothing else to do. Make another movie. Move the fuck up. Okay? Live your life. There is no reason we need to keep talking about this. Here's the thing. Warner Brothers, if they release it on HBO Max, there's no money for them because it'll be in the package. There's no money. For people who keep saying that will be a reason to draw people to subscribe to HBO Max, no, it won't. Because what people will do is get the free trial, watch it, and then delete it. That's it. That does not help them. There is nothing about releasing that Snyder cut that helps them. Again, everybody's going off emotion and fandom. Mm-hmm. I'm a business major. I'm going off dollars and cents and numbers and what makes sense. It does not help them at all to release it.
Nope.
It does not help Warner Brothers by any stretch, no matter what anybody thinks. Also, he had his own idea for a world, which clearly it wasn't Warner Brothers' idea. Like, it's Warner Brothers has their own idea for what they want to do for the DCU. That's why you get these very few references throughout the movies, and now it's like we're moving the fuck on.
Yo, you dude, Kenneth, he's actually trolling us, and it's working on a new movie called The Snyder Cut. My dude.
Let me tell you something. If you get any news from We Got This Covered, Cosmic Book News, or something like that that says that they have confirmation of a Snyder Cut being released, they don't. You know why they said that? Because you'll click on it and it makes them look good and get more money.
But they're very reliable.
I think there might be children around. That's my reliable dick. So that is all that I have to talk about that shit today. All right. So I'm going to I got one question in the email, in the Mad Titan email, which you can email me as well. MadTitanPodcast@gmail.com. MadTitanPodcast@gmail.com. You can also call the hotline. I have a hotline you can call and leave your comments and questions. The number is 818-276-6945. 47. That's a number you can dial.
And you can just call it and request that I come back on the show all the time.
Don't do that. Because if I get a bunch of calls saying BC should be back on the show, I promise to God BC will never be on this motherfucker again.
You could also call and ask about Venom and how much it's Jay's favorite movie, because we love.
All right, so I muted BC's mic, so I just want you to know, because now he started talking this bullshit. So BC he can see he's still on the YouTube stream. He can hear me, but he is not allowed to speak anymore. Everything he says is null and void because he just brought up the most awful movie I think I've ever seen next to Justice League. So say you're sorry, and I'll bring you back. BC, say you're sorry, and I'll bring you back. I swear to God, if you put it in this chat, I'm going to ban you from my YouTube. Say you're sorry. Okay. He said he's sorry.
I'm sorry that you love Venom so much.
Well, we were just a moment ago since he wanted to sit there and play his goddamn game with me. So I am mad. I want to be done with the show by a certain time because I got to watch Babyface versus Teddy Riley on IG Live. Okay. Oh, yeah. Nobody hears you. You know what I'm saying? I hear you, and I can talk and cover for the both of you. You're just moving your big ass mouth. And I believe if I accidentally hit this button, you're going to be saying something about that god awful movie. So I know what I'm in store for.
I would not be doing that.
You know, I don't feel like I should allow myself to be heard by you. Like that was all right. So I have a question from Fred Tastic here in the email. He says the subject is, was Thanos right? Yes. All right. I don't even read your question. But this is his question. He says, hey, Mr. J. Washington, I'm an avid listener to your podcast and YouTube vids, and I have a question for you. Thanos believed that if he could snap out half of life in the universe, the remaining life would flourish and thrive. But as life reproduces, then it would double itself back to dire straits almost immediately. How would Thanos handle this predicament once he realizes his plan only delayed the inevitable? Thanks for taking my email, and I'll keep listening to the show. Fred C. Fredtastic314 on Twitter. That's a good question. That's a damn good question. He even brought it up in Endgame. Mm-hmm. He said it. I thought that by getting rid of half of people, you know, everything would thrive. And I see that people hold on to what was instead of what could be. How do I think he would handle it? The way he started off handling it. Murdering half of every planet. I literally think if then in that case, because if he used, you see, we saw in the movie, he used the stones, boom, it fucks his whole body up. You know what I'm saying? Also, we learned that Thanos uses seasoning. White people, what's your problem? Like Thanos can put a sprinkle of salt and some shit, so can you. So can you. But we saw what it did to him. And then, you know, he said the stone served no purpose for him anymore. That was it. But I think if that was the case, and if life began to do what it did again and be the same place it was, it would absolutely, it would absolutely make him go kill every planet one by one. Just army, just going to planet, half the people gone, next half gone. You know, next planet.
The question is would he be capable to do that? Because that second time that he took them stone, that he used the gauntlet to take the stones out, that kind of put him into like, all right, I'm basically done here. I'm just gonna wither away now for the rest of my life. So would he have been able to come back and do that? And would he even have survived long enough to see that life was starting to come back? Because, you know, when we got 5 years later, life was not growing back.
Yo, you know, life was sitting there like at a standstill. Like it was still cars in the parking lot. Let me tell you something. You get rid of half of the people and I'm still alive, I'm getting a new car. Who gonna tell me it's not mine?
Facts.
Who gonna tell me? They be like, yo, when did Jay get this Range Rover? Matter of fact, when did he get 3? When did he go to the DMV and got the registration to prove that all 3 of them Range Rovers are his? When did he do this? And I'll be like, yo, so what had happened was.
What happened was.
What had happened was. But anyway, so that's all I got for this week on this week's edition of the Mad Titan Podcast. Thank you, everybody who's watched me live on YouTube as we did this, everybody who interacted. Thank you, everybody who engaged. Thank you, everybody who's listening now. If you're watching on YouTube and you want to subscribe to the podcast, you can subscribe everywhere you get your podcast from. But before I go into all the plugs and everything, BC, tell the people how they can unfortunately reach you.
Unfortunately, you can follow me on all social media, Instagram and Twitter at Real Jackass BC. And since we're quarantined and I can't wrestle right now, I'm trying to just go ahead and be TikTok famous. So you can also follow me on TikTok now.
You understand how that feels? Dog, did I tell you the other day I almost took a bump on my flow?
For real?
Bro, I almost legit took a bump on my floor in the house, but then I tweeted about this. But then I remember I accidentally slipped and fell and hit the floor, and I knew how to catch myself because I took, so I knew how to catch myself as the bump.
Yeah,
but it hurt so hard. I was like, "Take me now, Jesus!" And it was like a shock through my body. So I was like, "Guess I won't be taking that bump."
Yeah, dude, it's killing me. I'm about to start just going out and trying to cut promos and randomly wrestle people in masks outside. I'm like, look, you look like a luchador, so let's go. But everyone's wearing masks.
Look, I think that's the dope thing about the mask, though. Like, if you order a mask right now and put it on, ain't nobody saying shit.
Nope,
like
not a damn thing.
Low key, Black Bane went to Target. And he went with his roommate though, and my roommate was like, "Would you not walk around with this mask on?"
Did the Black Bane mask work as a covered mask?
It was so sweaty. It was my face was so hot because I ain't never worn a bitch that long.
I have that same mask. So
my
podcast, It Is What It Is, goes out every single Thursday on Cinelinks.com, as well as the Offshoots Radio Network, wherever podcasts are found. And my brand new Patreon is up. Patreon.com/JackassNation. Feel free, come holler at me. And Jeremy Miller, shout out. Thanks for the Finstock Exchange, brother. Hell yeah, man.
Well, since you wanted to bring up the Finstock Exchange, I think it's time I let some of y'all in on a little secret. I don't know if you all knew this or not, but I went back to the Schmodown.
Oh.
Did you call me a hoe? So I will be in two Schmodown exhibition matches. I will be in, of course, another MCU exhibition match.
Oh,
I'm sorry. You admitted. I will also be a part of the Back to the Future exhibition match.
Also, because I could have done that too.
Yeah, like,
I actually just watched the night again, just for the hell of it.
So I'm actually a part of those. So you can see those when those get ready to drop. They will drop for the patrons of the Schmodown first. So if you're a $10 and up tier, you can go see that over there. But also follow me on Twitter, Instagram. You see it down there, Mr. J Washington. Make sure you join my Patreon, the Supervillain Squad, patreon.com/Mr. J Washington. I got the interviews from some of the cast of Pennyworth that are up. The rest are going up this week. My stand-up clips, I put an old one up a couple weeks ago, maybe a week ago. I'm going to put up at least 2 more this week. So, and I'm finding old wrestling matches of mine, which are going up only for members of the Patreon. So guess what? For me to join my Patreon, I don't have all those different tiers. It's $1, $5. I think it's just $5. And if anybody is subscribing with more, it's always grateful and always appreciated. So please go over and check that out. Also, thank you everybody who's been listening. Thank you to all the members of the Patreon, all the members of my Supervillain Squad, by the way. Shouts out to the newest members, Christopher Connolly, Jake Icavetta, to my existing members, Adelia Chamberlain, Alberto Rios, Akeem J. Brown, AZ Badfish, Blue 87 Jones, Brandon Buckingham, California Joe, Kasi Nachalobe, David Adams, DJ Snacks, Fanboy Cantina, Fred Castillo, Greg Morishik, Hank Staley, James Smart, Jeffrey Shadorn, Jim Mason, John Mariano, LK, Marcus Kennedy, Marcus Burton, Mikey Lito, Paisley Darts, Randy Constance, Rudy Rueda, Samir Tesfaye, Steve Tozen, and a prince that wasn't promised. I love saying all these names, and God knows I want to be able to say, I want to be able to do a whole 5 minutes of nothing but names of people who want to support my Patreon, just to keep showing them all the love I can nonstop back and forth. I would love to be able to do that. Thank you all for all listening, all rocking with me. If you're listening to this on audio, I appreciate you. Please subscribe, rate, and review this episode. whatever podcast format you're on, rate and review this. This is how it keeps getting boosted up in the algorithms. I'm loving when I have people who say they just found out about me because I popped up higher in the algorithm. So you have to rate and review. If it's been a while since you dropped a review, go drop another review again. Also, like the Mad Titan fan page on Facebook as well. So it's a lot of ways you can stay in touch with me, in touch with everything that I'm doing. I try to stay as active and as communicative as I can. And so that's that. All right. I will holler at you guys next week. Till then, stay tuned. Take care. I'm out of here. Bye.
I ignored my destiny once. I cannot do that again.